Okay, we are back at it again. Hello, I don't know, milkshakes and smoothies. I've got 999 here with me. We've got a Timmy's. And today, hi Epsilon, that was quick. And today, we're gonna be reading from the SCP Wikipedia again. We're gonna be reading about Dr. Gears. This time, well, not about Dr. Gears. I don't really care about him, to be honest. But we're gonna read about some of the SCPs that the author, Dr. Gears, has written. And also, we're gonna be talking a little bit about the author's GoFundMe, and we're also, well, I'm gonna do this after the stream. I'm gonna, link it with, a post. But anyways, hi guys, let's chat a little before we get into anything, because I don't really know what specifically we're gonna read. Because Dr. Gears has written a lot of SCPs. A lot. We could read some more iconic ones. I read one that was a lot less known on my last live stream. I felt like I was a little bit clickbaited by the title. The SCP that I read was Transforming Transformers, and I thought that it was going to be a little bit like these guys, like actual Transformers. And it was not. But it was still a really good SCP. I regret nothing. But anyways, Epsilon, I just skimmed over, the Discord today. I didn't really get back to anything, but that bunny is adorable! What was her name again? Why the slow mode? What is the slow mode at? We'll try it with 7 I want my ideal slow mode to be 7 seconds. But we have slow mode to prevent spam and things like that. So, like the video for Violet's sake. That would be really appreciated. Friday streams are a little less popular than Saturday streams, which, I get it. I'm the Wildcraft channel right now when I do SCP stuff, The kids can't read. I'm joking, but anyways. Yeah, support on these streams, or support on SCP content in general would be super appreciated from me. Hold on, Iliska is the bunny's name. Oh, that's so cute. Aww. She's adorable, by the way. Her eyes, really pretty. Hi, Rose Eyes. Hi, Hawk. It's 10:06. We spoke about it the last time. Hold on. No more 20 seconds, unless things go over the top. Okay. Yeah. I'm not really in, a lot of YouTube live streams. I'm in sometimes, rarely. I catch, these YouTubers called Smokey and Kiwi Tapes. I catch their live streams sometimes, and it's really funny. They don't have any slow mode. At least not that I remember. And it's pretty, their chat is pretty behaved, actually, but, Dr. Sherman, he has a slow mode on, or at least last time I was in it, the last few times, it was, 15 seconds. I understand it completely, it's totally valid, but at the same time, it wasn't fun. So I don't like to put slow mode on too much, but, Oh, yeah, that's right, the rules! I can't jump into the wiki yet, I have to put the rules into the chat. I always forget that. Can you guys believe it? Smokey Bee? Not Smokey Bee. I like Smokey Bee from what I've seen of them. I like their shorts and everything. I'm talking about Smokey MCC and Kiwi Tapes. They're like a lolcow channel. And they do live streams every Wednesday. I don't catch them often anymore, but they are really fun. What was I gonna do? Rules. Where's my own channel? Where is my own channel? Where's my own live? Do you guys like the thumbnail, by the way, for today's video? I didn't draw it, by the way. It was by an artist, Asian dot chip on Instagram. Pretty sure. I'm 95% sure. If I got the credit wrong, I'll change it. But anyways, hold on. Okay, I think I'm just gonna write the rules myself. We're gonna do rules. Rules. Oh, actually, we'll do rules and warnings just in case. You never know with the SCP Wiki. Especially since I'm kind of going into this blind. Rules and warnings. No spamming. No being inappropriate. And please respect the Oh, I thought I said that early. Please respect the mods with an exclamation mark, because I want to at least try to look nice. Then we'll put, this stream may contain violent, well, definitely violent, probably if it's the SCP Foundation, come on. This stream may contain violent and mature content. Or, not necessarily content, but themes. Discussion, we'll say. Discussion and themes. That's beautiful. That's pretty good. I'm gonna pin that as the rules and warnings. No spamming, no being inappropriate. Please respect the mods, and this stream may contain violent and mature content. I feel really bad. I have Squishy in my lap, but like at least like the camera cuts off here for me. I don't know if it cuts off here for you guys too. Can you guys not see Squishy in my lap? I like to have him always in my lap with me, but also, why do I have to stroll down to see new chats today? I don't know. Sorry, the chat is kind of being weird. Normally, okay, so you guys can't see it, but I see the live stream chat right here. And normally when I get a new chat, it like goes up, right? Like when you get a new chat, the older ones go up, the newer one comes in, and it keeps going up. But for some reason today, I have to keep scrolling up to see the ones that are new, which is really annoying. So I'm so sorry if I might miss a lot of chats. I legitimately have no idea why it's doing that. Okay, now no one's chatting. Hi, Kamari! Oh, I fixed it somehow. I don't know what I did, but I fixed it. I'm magic. Anyways, I'm going to reload YouTube. It's being an ass. This is so weird to me. I always say arse. I don't have an accent anymore, but I always say arse. But anyways, that sucks. I cleaned out some of my camera roll to make some more storage on my phone, so hopefully we don't experience much lag today. But anyways, she's got a coffee. Why did you say it in the chat like I've got like a gun or something? This is not a coffee. This is a Timmy's. And this is a London Fog. You see the Earl Grey? These are from tea bags. This is a London Fog. It's like a tea and a latte in one. It's Earl Grey tea bags, steamed milk, and vanilla syrup. This is godly. If you guys ever have a single drink in your life, this one. Get a London Fog. Oh, it's tea, even better then. Oh, this is like a tea/latte, but yeah, I agree, tea is definitely a lot better than coffee. In my opinion, it's not that coffee's bad, though. Waiting for boss to freak out when she sees my sleepy boy. What does that mean? Okay, I might have to check something out in the Discord later. I wanted to say something before I got into this. Right, my new video. I've been going insane, guys. I just wanted to make like a simple video, a simple like character analysis / theory / breakdown. of SCP-096, but it's a whole rabbit hole connected to, like, a bunch of different logs and like, other entities, and I've been all over the wiki just connecting all of the dots together and, like, theorizing what I can theorize, and, like, a lot of it isn't theory, it's, like, actual things that are true that you can find out by piecing things of the wiki together. Like, it's not, like, in your face or direct about it, but, like, I found things that are true. The script is so long. It's, like, the longest script that I've ever written for a video. The video was probably gonna be, I'm imagining, like, 20 minutes long? Maybe 30 minutes? No, not 20 minutes. It's probably gonna be more like 30 minutes long. So it's not done, so I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't get a video out today. I really, really tried to make it work. I've been typing away for hours a day, every single day this week. I've been going to the library to make sure that I focus, because sometimes when I'm at home, things can get distracting. My PC broke, so I legitimately bought like a USB adapter so I could hook it up to my keyboard and my phone so I can type on my phone with a keyboard, because that really helps me focus. Guys, I've been doing everything to get this video out, but it's like, I'm kind of going insane over it, and there's a lot to cover, so I'm getting to the end of it. I'm on, like, I want to say I'm on, like, the last, like, 3 maybe even 4 paragraphs, maybe even 5 if I'm being honest. But then it's all just editing. Editing is tedious, and it does take a while, but, you know, at least I'm getting it done, so I really think that it will be done for next Friday. But yeah, sorry I couldn't get it done this Friday, but it's so bad. I can't even stay in Sherman's streams. I have to stay for, like, a few minutes, and then I just donate, and, like, I just super chat something and I leave before he even reads it. I'm like Batman. You know how what is it? It's James Gordon, right? I watched Gotham. You'd think I would know this, but you know how he's talking to Batman on the rooftops? And then Gordon says something, and then he turns around and Batman is just gone. That's kind of how I've been lately. But it's okay. Anyways, my father mentioned... No, girl. Anyways, it's been 12 minutes and I still haven't gotten to anything. Party Bird, you put a pride flag in the chat. Why'd you do that? I'm not offended by it or anything, I swear. Are you calling me something? I'm pan, like, actually, so I swear I'm not offended, it's just... What are you doing? What are you trying to say? No. Oh. Well, anyways. Oh, I'm looking at all the articles right now, and there's, quite a few to choose between. Oh. See, every one of these little, like, lines, they are all of them individual SCP anomalies that Dr. Gears has written that I have to choose between. Yeah, yay for the gays. Sorry, that kind of sounded like I was, like, homophobic, and I was, like, getting offended by the sight of a pride flag. I wasn't. I felt attacked. But anyways. Damn, bro's been busy. Me? I don't know if I've been, like, busy, because I've been focused on one thing, but I've been pretty damn busy with that one thing, but it's healthy for me. It really, that's, like, it's what I do. You know, I like doing it. I do. But anyway, I'm really going off the rails. But anyway, somebody said Ocarina of Time music starts playing, and that completely reminded me that I don't have music on right now. So before I even pick a file, I should put music on. Should we do Song of Storms or Lost Woods? I feel like we should start with those two. Or maybe even the Deku... Hold on, the Deku Tree would make, like, a really calm, focused vibe You know, I feel like that would be good to start with, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I have to switch my YouTube account because this account that I'm streaming on right now does not have YouTube Premium, but my other personal account does. So I have to switch accounts or else we'll get ads between songs and that would suck. Oh god, okay. Deku Tree. Okay, here we go. I think this is a good vibe to start it, right? I don't know, you guys don't even know this song probably, but what's gonna happen tomorrow? I'm gonna live stream as normal on Wildcraft. I'm gonna sit on my fat arse in my PJs playing a mobile game, and it's gonna get 50 views. Not in total, I mean like it's gonna get like 50 viewers average. I love this place. Anyways, it was broke use. I don't want to say if I'm broke or not. My ego can't handle it. Okay. Oh, let's look at some of the titles here. A machine, a young girl. Okay, I know some of these will get 5 million views. I swear, I feel like I'm gonna make this theory video I spent like 3 weeks on straight, and it's just gonna flop because it's like SCP related. But then next week, I'm gonna make some kind of creepypasta where it's like, I don't know, a wolf that looks scary and does a scary thing, and it's gonna blow up and it's gonna get like 100K. I love doing both, don't get me wrong, but you know, sometimes I can't help but remember that the Wildcraft channel blew up on accident. I wanted to have a channel for my writing and my art. But it's okay, I love what I do. I still do horror, I still love Wildcraft, I love all of you guys, and I love all of you guys no matter what you're interested in my content for, right? I don't know. Anyways. Your creepypasta vids always do? They always do. I made one SCP video before, which was like a short horror story about 939s. And it was okay, kinda. It was illustrated, and the illustrations were kind of rushed. The story was kind of shallow. It wasn't the best video, but like it flopped way harder than I expected it to. And I never expected it to do well. You know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. The views doesn't matter. Always do what you love, right? Anyways. Should I start with one of Dr. Gear's popular ones? Should I start with like 682? I don't know. I feel like 106 is a bit more interesting. He's not as cool, but oh, he has the tales and everything of his past. We have the old man, or the hard to destroy reptile. I'll let you guys vote on it. I don't know if I can actually make... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put a poll up on my channel right now for you guys. Oh, wait, I can't really do that. Because I've got music playing on this account. Whatever, I'll see it in the chat. Okay. Should we read about 682 or 106? Okay, I see 3 for 682 already. Damn furries. I'm being mean today, I'm sorry. No, you know what? Why don't we do 682 first and then we'll do 106? Why not? And then we'll do maybe something a little less heard of. I really do want to talk about the clockwork virus, but I don't know if we're gonna have enough time for that with how much I yap. I don't know. We'll see. I think we should go 682, 106. Then, depending on how much time is left in the stream, if we have a lot of time, we'll do the clockwork virus. Then, if we have enough time, we'll end it off with, like, one of his more underrated ones. People gotta shut up about 67. 67, that was never funny. My siblings made fun of me for not knowing what that was. They were in the kitchen, they were like, oh, 67, 67. I'm like, what is 67? That's all I did. All I did was come upstairs and go, what is 67? They took a picture of me on the spot, and they changed the family group chat name to what is 67, and they put the picture of me as the profile picture in the group chat. That's all I did. And that was the group chat name and photo for like a week straight. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's really not funny. What the fuck? It's not funny. Never understood how it was funny. But yeah, damn. Anyways. Help, my PE teacher is bald and the light glistens off of it. Oh, that's rough. I would be struggling not to laugh if I was in that class. Poor you. That's messed up, especially without consent. No, we're family. We do shit like that. I mean, not me personally. I guess I'm a little different. I'm kind of better, but you know. No, our family group chat is just inside jokes between our family. It's just that the 6ix9ine thing was especially stupid. I trust me, I didn't really care. Anyways, 682 it is. We'll start with 682. I'm not gonna repeat myself. Okay, let's jump right into the file. I've always okay, I'm gonna go off on a bit of a side tangent before I even start. I've always wondered where they got the image for 682's file. Like some kind of beached walrus or something. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Oh, This is the image for 682 on its official wiki. The employment application? Get that out of here. Get that out of here. I'm trying to sit on my arse right now. I don't need employment. You're scaring me. Anyways, let's continue. Yeah, but anyway, I really don't know where they got that image from. Like, it looks like something beached. Like, I don't know, like something that I don't know. Like a whale or like a walrus or something. Like, it looks like a carcass of like something aquatic, because it's near water. I don't know. Anyways. Alright, the object class is Keter. That means it gets out of containment a lot, and it's very hard to keep in containment. So I'm just gonna... I don't know how to prop Squishy up so you guys can see him better. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll just hold him like this the whole time. Okay, special containment, or should we start with the description? I think I said last time that I would start with the description, because it's easier to understand if you go description and then special containment procedures. I don't know. But we'll start with the description. Okay, SCP-682 is a large... I dropped my tablet immediately. SCP-682 is a large, vaguely reptile-like creature of unknown origin. I heard that he was around, like, when the dinosaurs were. I heard he was, like, millions, if not billions of years old. But I'm a moron, so I don't know. Anyways, it appears to be extremely intelligent and was observed to engage in complex communication with SCP-079. I think that's another one that Gears wrote, right? The computer. During their limited time of exposure, SCP-682 appears to have a hatred of all life, which has been expressed in several interviews during containment. See Addendum 682-B, and that's below, so we're gonna read that after anyway. Hey, divorce application, I will rip your application apart. I am not lying because you are British? What? Why is that? Why is there a divorce application in my chat? I'm not even dating it. I don't even like anyone. Is it for my mom? Oh my gosh. Okay, well that's kind of wild. Hey, not for any personal reasons whatsoever, but let's maybe reconsider the whole ripping people apart because they're British thing. Maybe. Let's just let's just reconsider, you know? You never know. Anyways, SCP-682 has always been observed to have an extremely high strength, speed, and reflexes, though exact levels vary with its form. 682's physical body grows and changes very quickly, growing or decreasing in size as it consumes or sheds materials. Where am I? I lost my place. 682 gains energy from anything it ingests, organic or inorganic. Yeah, I actually don't think I knew that. Or at least I forgot. Digestion seems to be aided by a set of filtering gills inside of 682's nostrils. I also didn't know that. Which are able to remove unusable matter from any liquid solution. Wait, what? Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a filter, enabling it to constantly regenerate from the acid it is contained in. Okay. 682's regenerative capabilities and resilience are staggering, and SCP-682 has been seen moving and speaking with 87% of its body destroyed or rotted. I just want to know what destroyed 87% of its body. Because as I mentioned in the start of this video, I've been doing a lot of research on 096, and 096 got into an altercation with 682 and managed to destroy 85, I think it was 85% of its body. And that was after like a 27-hour fight. A 27-hour fight. So I want to know what the hell made more damage than that. That sounds insane. Anyways, in case of containment breach, SCP-682 is to be tracked and recaptured by all available mobile task forces. All? Gears, all? Dog, some of them just control the news and stuff like that. It's not all military. You mean like the nine-tailed fox or like Hammer Down? Not the red herrings. Some of these guys live like office lives, I would imagine. But anyway, I know what they mean. And no teams fewer. Okay. To date, there's a bunch of redacted numbers. That is absolutely useless. Attempted breaches have been numbered at 17. Oh, okay, while successful breaches have been numbered at 6. Why is it Keter? Hold on. Okay, so it's attempted. Okay, so we can't see the date on here, though. We can't see the date. But during... Okay, I don't even know from when. But if that date is any recent time, the fact that 682 has only gotten out 6 times... I don't know. I'd be expecting more for a Keter, is all I'm saying. But also, Keter doesn't just refer to how many or how frequently an SCP breaches. It also refers to how difficult it is to keep in containment. They have to keep it in a massive room full of acid that it slowly adapts to, so over the years they have to increase, like, the, I don't know, acidity, or, like, the potency or whatever of the acid. So I don't know, I think that alone justifies it being Keter, but I don't know, just, I don't know. 6 is kind of a surprising number to me. But then again, we don't know what date that was recorded at. Why do I feel like divorce document and employment application have a thing going on? We do? That's so cute. I'm so happy for you guys. I don't know why there's an employment application and a divorce application in the chat. One you could kind of justify, the other makes no sense, but you know what? I'm happy for y'all. I don't really like hating on happy couples, because I don't know. Those are 2 less people in the world trying to date me. I'm joking, I'm being an arse. Okay, well anyways, now there's the addendum. Addendum 682-B. This portion was recorded. Portion of recorded transcript of something redacted in red. I've never seen that before. Something redacted in red. I'm assuming it's just a part of an interview, basically. Begin log and skip to 21 minutes and 52 seconds into the log. Ooh. Hold on. Doctor something. It's redacted. The doctor interviewing 682 is redacted, but the thing that I actually really like about redacted messages... let me just say this. I kind of hate redacted messages, how they're used by the Foundation. I like the concept of them. I feel like very few writers use it in a way that doesn't infuriate me, because they just kind of redact things that don't need to be redacted at all, and they're just kind of annoying to redact. I don't know. Like, sometimes it's used really well, and it's used to, like, build intrigue, or, like, imply something, or it's, like, meant to make you theorize and kind of, like, work a little bit to get the answer. I really like it when it's used like that. But, like, why do things like dates need to be recorded? It's really annoying. But anyways. Doctor, how many characters? Oh, dropped my tablet again. How many characters is this? Because I might be able to decide. I might be able to figure out which doctor this is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 characters redacted. Which SCP doctor do we know that has 6 letters in their name? Hold on. I think it's 5 letters. Yeah, okay. Do any of you guys have any guesses? I don't know. This would be like a really old file, so I don't know. Or maybe this wasn't even like a specific doctor. Maybe Dr. Gears just didn't want to come up with a name for the doctor, so he was like, redacted character, redacted character, redacted character, redacted character, and he just didn't really care. I don't know. Maybe it's not a doctor at all. It's not Dr. Gears. Dr. Gears is 5 letters. Gears. So it's not Dr. Gears. Am I stupid? Like, am I forgetting someone? Wait! Hold on, no. I was thinking Iceberg, but I think that's 7? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know a lot about SCP. You're in luck. Today we're reading about SCPs. We're reading about SCPs written by Dr. Gears, who is a very popular, one of the original authors for the SCP Foundation. Made a ton of SCPs, including his own character, Dr. Gears, who's like a site director. But right now we're reading about 682. I'll get into Gears more later. Wait, what? I found an old 999 song the other day. I wasn't in the SCP Foundation during the time when, like, fandom songs were really popular, and I feel like without the nostalgia, listening to some of them might make me cringe a bit, I'm gonna be honest, because one of the things that make, like, looking back on old, like, cringe FNAF songs so good is that, like, it was nostalgic, and you can appreciate it because you liked it as a kid. You know, and you kind of saw the good in it as a kid, so, like, even growing up, even if the songs are, like, cringe, you can kind of still see the appeal in them. I don't know. I feel mean saying that, but I don't really listen to, like, SCP fandom songs. Ironically, though, there's one, like, funk song that it's not, like, modern mango funk, it was, like, old funk that somebody made, like, based on the SCP Foundation. And that sounded pretty cool. I liked that. But anyways, okay, let's get into this log, because I don't think this is any doctor, and if it is, I don't think I'm figuring it out. Anyways. Okay, so this doctor says to 682, he said, "Now why did you kill those farmers?" 682, no verbal communication, so it doesn't respond. The doctor says, "If you don't talk now, we will remove you from this..." Hold on, wait, what? "We will remove you from this attempt and place you back into..." He gets cut off, because 682 says something that is incomprehensible. The doctor says, "Pardon?" And he motions to move the microphone closer. 682 again says something incomprehensible. So the doctor says, "Speak up." Oh, to personnel D085. Okay, so there's a D class in the cell holding a mic up to 682, so 682 can talk. And I guess the doctor's, like, outside of the cell. Oh, wait, I've read this. Okay, I know what this is. 682 says they were something incomprehensible again. He really sucks at talking. So the doctor says to the D class, "That microphone only has so much gain. Move closer to it." Then the D class says, "His throat's messed up, man. Look at it. He ain't talking." And then the D class gasps and screams. And 682 appears to assault the D class's body. And it says they were disgusting. Oh, the doctor retreats from the room. Okay, so he was actually in the cell. Or no, I don't know. An observation room. I don't know what the room means. But that's the end of the log. How the hell did who get here? I'm in my room. Oh, Megamind! Hi, Megamind. I loved you as a child. Not like that, but... I remember I watched Megamind in theaters as a kid, and I actually started crying at the end of the movie because I expected his parents to somehow come back to life at the end of the movie. Like that's, you know, when like Megamind's parents, like they send Megamind off and like their planet gets destroyed or whatever, so they die. I expected there to be like some sort of twist at the end where the parents like introduce themselves and it's like, "Hey son, we're not dead." Yeah, your parents are dead as hell. That's one way to put it. I was waiting the whole movie. I was like, oh my god, when are the parents gonna come back in? Like, it's been a while and, like, the parents haven't come back in. Because, I don't know, like, I guess I didn't watch, like, shows or movies as a kid where, like, characters just died. So I didn't expect them to stay dead. So at the end of the movie, I was like, he actually lost his parents? Like, they actually died and he never got them back? I didn't really know that could happen. So I was like crying, like sobbing my eyes out. I was such a crybaby as a kid. Let me tell you, I cried over everything as a kid. I was throwing like basically a tantrum without the anger in the middle of this theater. Like, my mom takes me into the bathroom. She's like, no, they're not really dead. They're just on the other planet. And I was like, okay. But, like, I knew they were dead. But, like, anyways. Who's your favorite really underrated SCP? That's a good question. Okay, I will say, this doesn't really count as an SCP, but I really want to make a video on Site-13. It's very underrated. I'm not going to reveal a lot about it, but Site-13's got some things going on. And it's kind of a rabbit hole in itself. Like, if you guys think I'm going crazy over 096, none of that has shit on Site-13. So not really an SCP, but I would say people should look into Site-13 more. It's not normal. But anyways, you said, I don't mean popular ones. The containment breach guys, none of them are really like, I don't know. They're really popular, but I think that some of them are still really underrated in the sense that they're not really, like, perceived that accurately. I feel like the SCP Foundation's fandom has always had a very major problem with mischaracterization because more people want to consume SCP content from video games and YouTube videos, which are often inaccurate content farms, and things like fan fiction and fan art, and they don't really reference the source material much. They don't really read from the SCP wiki, and it leads to a lot of people misunderstanding not just entities, but like the personnel as well. Like, I don't know. One of them that really pisses me off is 035, Dio Polonoi, my absolute favorite SCP ever. But I get really nervous when I meet, like, fellow fans of him, because they often don't even know that he was, like, the Black Lord of Alagata, or, like, a famous stage actor, or, like, they don't know, like, any of his lore. They don't even know that his name is Dio. They're like, oh, who's your favorite SCP? And I'm like, oh, Dio Polonoi. And they're like, Dio? And I'm like, yeah, SCP-035, that's Dio. His name is... He has, like, an interview on YouTube where he says his name, or they called him Dio Polonoi. If I had to guess, I'd say he came up with that himself. But that's what he wants to be called, so that's what I call him. It's a cool name. It stands for of two poles. Don't start laughing. It stands for of two poles. I think it's Greek. But I think it's supposed to represent, like, opposites. Or, like, a like, duality. Which, I really like the concept of duality. But anyway, yeah, without getting into it too much, like, I don't know, people see 035 as, like, the murderous mask thing. Or even worse, they mischaracterize him as, like, a silly twink, just because in his interviews he acts exaggerant in a way. He's a stage actor from different times with different standards for how people should act. Of course he's gonna be over the top and dramatic. That's like, he's an actor, you know what I mean? But anyways, and he was a jester before that. He was a jester at the same time as being, like, a lord in another dimension that is, like, this kingdom. I love Alagata. Oh my god. Oh, I'm not gonna talk about it, because I'll be ranting all stream. But, like, I feel like there's so much, like, yeah, you could say that, oh, well, like, 035 is just one of the popular ones, but, like, he's not overrated in the sense that, like, yeah, he's really popular and a lot of people know about him, but nobody knows anything about him, and, like, the character that they think they like is nothing like the actual character. So it's like, yeah, they're popular, but they're not really understood that well, you know? Not trying to, like, shame anyone, but, like, it's kind of annoying, I'm gonna be honest. Hell yeah, the Song of Storms. Anyways, I don't know, man. I could talk about that for days. I could talk about that for days. But I won't. Okay. Hold on, my tablet is being weird. Okay, I could read more about 682, but there's a lot redacted here. Like, there is just, look at this. How am I supposed to read that? How am I supposed to read this? So these are just all of the breaches. Addendum 682-D. Breaches, first occurrence. The date is completely redacted. Handled by Agent Redacted, Agent Redacted, Agent Redacted, personnel D, so like a D class, another D class, another D class. This means nothing, okay? Okay. Second occurrence, the date is completely redacted. Handled by Agent Redacted, Agent Redacted, that is a long name. Doctor Redacted, a D class, a D class, a D class, a D class. Third occurrence, it's literally just all the same thing. Handled by Redacted, 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 Redacted. I'm just skimming over it, but I can't really find anything here. What is this? What the hell am I listening to? I remember this from, like, Smash Bros. Brawl when I was a kid. What is this? Oh, it's an outro. It's an outro to the Song of Storms. I don't know why the person put that in there. Should we listen to The Lost Woods? Then we can go back to the Song of Storms. Because I saw in the chat earlier somebody wanted to listen to The Lost Woods. Let's get an extended version. That seems good. Ugh, anyways. Music jump scare. I didn't know what that was. I still don't know what that's from. Like, I know I heard it in Smash Bros. Brawl, but, like, Brawl takes music from other Nintendo games. I haven't seen the second Megamind movie, but I know it's bullcrap. It looks so bad that I don't even want to see it. Man, I loved Megamind growing up. Okay, now we have another addendum for 682. A lot for 682 here, actually. I didn't expect that much. Addendum 682-E. Termination options. Oh, I see. I'm gonna skip past this part just in case. I don't want to reveal anything to you guys from my video. So that was it anyways. That was the last log here for 682. So we're gonna be moving back and talking about the old man. SCP-106. I hate 106, but I really like him as a character, if that makes sense. Like, I hate 106, but I love, like, the story and the writing of it, you know? Wait, what's something about Canada? Here is Canada. We say A. Sometimes, I find I say bud more than, like, I consciously realize. I say bud a lot. Like, hey, bud. I don't know. I can't tell if that's a Canadian. I think it's a Canadian thing, but I could just be white. Anyways. Reptile. Where's the old man? There it is. I hate him, but... Okay. SCP-106. The old man. You guys want to see a picture of SCP-106? Like, what he actually looks like? I'm gonna be honest. The model that he's given in Containment Breach, especially Containment... Sorry, Squishy. Especially Containment Breach, the mobile edition, they do his model, like, really dirty. I get, this is a horror channel, I've already put, like, warnings for, like, violent or whatever, mature content. I guess I should just put another warning out there that this image is, like, it's not gory, but, like, it's body horror. Like, his face is, like, all rotted away. His, like, teeth are, like, exposed. I don't know, there's, like, a ton of, like, skin and flesh missing from his face. It's really not that bad. But anyways, I just wanted to warn you, because I'm showing you now. Cover your eyes. Don't look, Charlie. Anyways, here he is. Here he is. Don't show me. I'm sorry, I'm already showing all of you. This is SCP-106. This handsome fella right here was also written by Dr. Gears in the early days of the SCP Foundation. And, went on to become quite the icon. Anyways. Revision. Why am I confused by this? I read his whole article in... like, just a few months ago. It was, like, winter when I was planning on making that big video on the SCP Foundation, but I couldn't because I know my phone couldn't handle the length of the video. Anyways, that would have been, like, in winter sometime. Maybe, like, February, January? I don't know. That was the time that I, like, first started going to the library to work. It's, like, nostalgic. Even though it was a month ago, it feels like old nostalgia. Anyways, he looks like my sidekick, Chum. Don't do that to Chum. Is that his name, Chum? Don't insult him like that. The fish guy? Don't do that. Anyways, I say mate a lot. Oh, cause you are British. Man, I lost all my British terminology, and it actually really upsets me, I'm not even joking. I catch myself, like, almost every day now saying vacuum instead of Hoover. And, like, I'm losing my wings here, guys. It might not be a bad thing, because my wings were British, but, like, still. I'm like, hey, can I have the Hoover? I'm gonna go Hoover my room. Where's the Hoover? Or no, I said the vacuum, not the Hoover. Thank God, it's still in me somewhere. But anyways. No. Anyways, it's really not that sad. I still say arse instead of I feel like ass is such an annoying word. That's the most annoying word that you could possibly say. Arse is funny, and it sounds, like, natural. The word ass. Kinda cringe, not gonna lie. But anyways, I started getting a British accent from British Hermitcraft, Minecraft YouTubers. Yeah, you can actually develop accents from the media that you watch growing up. I worked very hard. Before we get into this file, let me go off on a little tangent. I worked very hard to get this accent, and now I completely regret it. But when I was a kid, right, I have, like, a bit of a story. Sorry if I told this before, but... Okay, so for those of you who don't know, unfortunately I am British. I was born in England to two British parents. My biological dad, British, my mum, British. and I lived there for the first 5 years of my life. So I had a British accent, but when I moved to Canada, nobody had that accent, and I was like, whoa, everybody else talks differently. Well, I'm the different one now. I gotta start talking like them. Because the way I talk is, like, weird. It's, like, different. It's, you know. So I really wanted to get a Canadian accent. Now, here's the funny part. When I was a kid, I thought that accents came from your dental structure. I thought that because different people, like, different countries are, like, in different regions of the world, and you know how bodies, like, humans kind of adapt to the places that they're born in. That's why, like, people who are born in, like, warmer climates have, like, darker skin, while people who are born in, like, colder climates have, like, lighter skin. I thought it was kind of a thing like that. Like, for some reason, where you grew up, like, where your, like, I guess, like, your race, the country that you were born, whatever, had something to do with your dental structure, and your dental structure was what made you talk a certain way, and that was how people had accents. I didn't know it was like a cultural thing. I thought that people from different countries just had like slightly different teeth, and it affected the way that they talked. So I wanted to talk like Canadians, so I thought that I would have to get my teeth changed. I thought that I would have to go into the dentist and they would have to like rework my teeth, so that, like, my mouth would naturally move the same as or whatever, and make me talk in a Canadian accent. So, what I did is, one night I was thinking about this in my head, and I went upstairs to my parents. It was, like, almost the middle of night, and they were just trying to watch shows on the couch. I come up to them. I'm like, I need you guys to understand this. I never came up in the middle of the night to ask my mom and dad for things, okay? It was like midnight one night. They were just trying to relax on the couch. It was like dark, okay? They had like the TV to illuminate them, and I just come in. And I stare at them like this, okay? There's like the TV in the background, so I'm like a dark silhouette in front of their TV, like at the middle of night. And they're like, what are you doing up here? And you know what I say to them? I say, I want Canadian teeth. I want to get Canadian teeth. Canadians' teeth, I want them. And they're like, you want, like, a Canadian's teeth? And I was like, yeah, because I want to have their accent. And then that's when I learned how accents work, and that it had nothing to do with teeth. But anyways, yeah, I worked really hard to pronounce things and get, like, a Canadian accent, and it took a long while for this accent to become natural. And I always used to struggle with, like, certain words. Specifically, I struggled with the word for a lot, and my THs. Like, I got my THs mixed up with F for an embarrassing amount of time, and there was, like, a few, I want to say, like, when I was, like, 7 years old specifically, my accent was, like, kind of a mix between, like, a British accent and a Canadian accent, so it was, like, I don't know, it sounded really awkward. I'll have to find old videos of myself, but it kind of sounded like a Fortnite accent. Kind of awkward, but, you know. Anyways. Tangent over. Okay, we're gonna read about 106 now. Okay, 106, also a Keter class SCP. Now I know 106 doesn't actually breach that often, but it is very hard to contain him, so it kind of justifies the classification. Fortnite, yeah, the Fortnite accent. Can I animate this story bio? Why not? Yes, absolutely you can. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. Revision. I don't remember seeing that in the file the first time I read, or unless I just skimmed over it. Revision. Did 106 get a rewrite? I don't know. This is me not knowing. Anyways. Okay, we'll read the description first and then the containment procedures after. I think we actually forgot to do that for 682, but I did explain that he was kept in a massive room with acid. So you guys learned all you needed to. Okay, description. SCP-106 appears to be an elderly humanoid with a general appearance of advanced decomposition. Bro is rotting. He looks like he's rotting. This appearance may vary, but the rotting quality is observed in all forms. Wait, what? Is that the SCP zombie from Wednesday? What? Oh, is that SCP the zombie from Wednesday? I don't know. I haven't watched Wednesday. My bad. But no, we're talking about SCP-106. Why did I put Squishy down? Anyways. Where am I? Okay. SCP-106 is not exceptionally agile and will remain motionless for days at a time, waiting for prey. SCP-106 is also capable of scaling any vertical surface. Now, this is something I only found out, like, I want to say, like, half a year ago. Maybe it was more than half a year ago. But yeah, 106, this thing right here, is capable of climbing up walls. Like anything like vertical, it can climb up like a bug. So there's that. But anyways, it can remain suspended upside down indefinitely. That's also true. He can hang upside down. That's horrible. When attacking, SCP-106 will attempt to incapacitate... Why can I not... Incapacitate... I think I'm saying that right. I don't know why. I know what that word means, and normally I can pronounce it, but it's escaping me right now. But anyways, incapacitate... whatever. Prey by damaging major organs, muscle groups, or tendons. Then pull disabled prey into its pocket dimension. Spider-Man Ugly Edition? Kind of. But he doesn't even look like a spider. He's not even cool. At least my persona for the SCP Foundation, she actually looks like a centipede. But anyways. SCP-106 appears to prefer human prey in the age brackets of 10 to 25. Bro is a predator. Okay, can I talk about that for a second? Prefers human prey within the age brackets of 10 to 25. Like, at first I was like, oh, well, like, he originates from, like, PDF file. Listen, I don't know. I was like, oh, like, maybe it's just, like, the age brackets of, like, people who went to war back then. Because, like, a lot of people, during World Wars used to, like, lie about their age so that they could get into the military. But I don't think 10-year-olds did that. I think it was more like young teens, like, I don't know, like 14 to 16 years old that would lie about it. And there were definitely people older than 25. So I can't even, I really don't know why he prefers people within that age bracket. Like, I don't want to, you know, I've got a decent following. I don't really want to throw things like that around. I don't want to throw around any accusations or imply something that may not be true. I just don't know. I just don't know. Might have to ask Gears about that one, but anyways. SCP-106 causes a corrosion effect in all solid matter it touches, engaging a physical breakdown in material several seconds after contact. This is observed as rusting, rotting, and cracking of materials, similar to the material coating, SCP-106. This effect is particularly detrimental to living tissues, and is assumed to be a pre-digestion action. So it's like he has like extra stomach acid, but it's like kind of like mucusy and all over his body. So that's awesome. That also implies that 682 eats people. Corrosion continues for 6 hours after contact, after which the effect appears to burn out. Thank God it can do that, at least. 106 is capable of passing through solid matter, leaving behind a large patch of its corrosive mucus. Disgusting. 106 is capable to vanish inside solid matter, entering what is assumed to be a form of the pocket dimension. 106 is then able to exit this dimension from any point connected to the initial entry point. Examples: entering the inner wall of a room, exiting the outer wall, entering a wall and exiting from the ceiling. It is unknown if this is the point of origin for 106, or a simple layer created by SCP-106. We know from the tales that it is not the origin of 106. Or at least not the origin of his the very beginning of his existence. He was a human before, and we know that from a tale. Forgot what it was called. But anyways. Where are we? Limited observation of this pocket dimension has shown it to be comprised mostly of halls and rooms, with data expunged entry. That could mean a lot of things. Okay, anyways. This activity can continue for days, with some subjected individuals being released for the express purpose of hunting, recapture, and data expunged. I think it's just torment and then death, but who am I to make assumptions on things that I know? I have to went to the doctor in 1 month? Like, you have to go to the doctor in 1 month? I think. Well, hopefully it's for nothing serious. Hopefully you're just going for a checkup, and hopefully the checkup goes well. This is Burt's Bees. It's strawberry lemonade. It's actually a really good scent. Kind of makes my lips look like they have no pigmentation. I don't care. My lips are healthy, so. Anyways. What was I saying? Where was I at? Oh yeah, addendum! So there's an addendum here, but I do want to read the containment procedures first, just so I don't forget, because I forgot that for 682. My bad, 682. Got a giant centipede in the cage? Who are we talking about, a giant centipede? I'm a centipede. I really want to show you guys Melania, but I can't, because she's so hard to see on her own. Okay, here, okay. For those of you who don't know, I have a stone centipede called Melania. She's like a little centipede compared to like others people have as pets, because giant centipedes are illegal in Canada, unfortunately. I really want to get them legalized though, because they're like my dream pet, but this is what I keep her in. She's really small. But she's also really hard to find, actually. When I want to find her for something, whether it's like feeding her or like cleaning out her thing, or like spraying it down and like moisturizing it because she needs that, she's very, very hard to find. I have to move around that like substrate that I keep her in. I have to like not dig through it like a dog, but I have to really carefully like search through it for ages just to find her. Centipedes are really, really, really good at hiding. Really good at hiding. You wouldn't think that it would be that hard to find her in like a tiny little box, but sometimes it can take me like 50 minutes. But anyway, she is small. She is a really small centipede, and like that size of a like containment for her is pretty big, but I kind of wanted to spoiler her. It was supposed to be a fish tank, but I bought it for her. But anyways, yeah. I don't put any, like, decor in there, like, pretty things like rocks or, like, fake plants or whatever, because I'm so scared of, like, knocking that, case, or, like, picking a piece up and, like, accidentally dropping it on her. I have to be a lot more careful than other centipede owners, because Melania is really, really small. But anyways, yeah. Okay, first we had a divorce paper in the chat, or a divorce document. Then we had, or sorry, vice versa, but before that we had the employment application. Now we have a general purpose machine gun. This is freaking epic. Oh, but anyways. Wait, what? Is there something going on in the chat? Awkward. Awkward. I'm sure it's okay though. If it's not, you guys can tell me about it. But I'm gonna carry on reading. Okay. No physical interaction with 106 is allowed at any time. Like, anyone would want to be anywhere near 106. Does anyone like 106? Like, show of hands. I'm not putting my hand up. Actually, I like him as a concept, as a horror concept, and like in writing, I like him. I don't like him, if that makes sense. Anyways. Okay, yeah, no physical interaction is allowed at any time. I think that rule is completely unnecessary because nobody wants to be around him. But anyways, all physical interaction must be approved by no less than a 2/3 vote from the O5 command. Why would it even be permitted? Like, why is it even allowed sometimes? What is the benefit of physically interacting with 106? Like, I understand study. I don't know. Actually, okay, no, I can kind of understand. Because, like, if you want to, like, I don't know, take a piece of his flesh or, like, the mucus or something to study it, I guess that's understandable, right? That would kind of imply that they've already done it, though. So I wonder if we're gonna hear about that in the logs. But anyway, or the addendums, or whatever. But anyways, blah blah blah, any such interaction must be undertaken in AR-2 maximum security sites. Okay. After a general non-essential staff evacuation. Okay, fair enough. All staff, research, security, D-class are to remain at least 60 meters away from the containment cell at all times, except in the event of breach events. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. This is all very logical, a Shockwave would say. Anyways. 106 is to be contained in a sealed container comprised of lead-lined steel. The container will be sealed within 40 layers of identical material, each layer separated by no less than 36 centimeters of empty space. Okay. Support struts between layers are to be randomly placed. You know what, I will, well I won't give 106 this, but I will give Gears this. This containment cell was like really well thought out, clearly. Very complicated, it's frying my brain, actually, but in a good way. Silly got infected by the job applications, everyone run. I'm safe, I'm not in the chat, so you guys have fun. What was I saying? Where am I? Literally, where am I? Support struts between layers are to be randomly spaced. Containers to remain suspended, no less than 60 centimeters from any I've never been able to say this word. ELO-IID electromagnet supports. Okay. So he's like kinda basically got like a floating cell in a way. Which is kind of funny to me because it's like I don't know. I know that 106 can crawl vertical surfaces and he can be upside down, but outside of his pocket dimension, I don't think he has any abilities of levitation. So I think that means every time that he breaches containment, he kind of like comes out of his cell and then just falls onto the floor. That's really funny, actually. I would pay money to see that. But anyways. Secondary containment area is to be comprised of 16 spherical cells, each filled with various fluids and random assembly of surfaces and supports. Secondary containment is to be fitted with light systems, capable of flooding an entire assembly with no less than 80,000 lumens of light instantly, with no direct human involvement. That sounds really painful. I'm gonna be honest. I have really sensitive eyes. That sounds like a death sentence. But anyways, I don't even know what lumens are. Like, I know what they are, but I don't really know, like, the scale of them. Like, if you tell me 80,000 lumens, I'll be like, oh, that's a big number, but I don't know what it means. I feel like my eyes would fry up into little crisps, though. Anyways, both containment areas are to remain under 24-hour surveillance. So again, pretty understandable. Any corrosion observed on any containment cell surfaces, staff members, or other site locations. Wait, what? Any corrosion observed on any containment cell surfaces. Oh, staff members or other site locations within 200 meters of 106 are to be reported to site security immediately. I don't know why that sentence was so brutal for me to pronounce. Any objects or personnel lost to 106 are to be deemed missing, or KIA. Oh, killed in action. Damn. I've always wanted to make, like, I've always thought, I don't know if I necessarily want to make it myself, because I don't know if I'll ever get around to it, but I really like the concept of, like, people going missing in the SCP Foundation, especially because of the existence of 106. Like a person dying in the Foundation is, like kind of, it depends on who it is, but it's sad, I think, and it's scary and whatever, but, like, someone going missing in the SCP Foundation is so much more vague. Because it's the SCP yeah, Song of Storms. Literally anything could have happened to these people, and they could still be alive somewhere. Like, for example, if they were taken by 106, they could be alive for, like, months, and no one knows where they are, being, like, tormented in the pocket dimension. It's terrifying. I genuinely think that the concept of missing people within the SCP Foundation, like missing personnel, is one of the most slept on concepts in the SCP Foundation. And I would really like to see some kind of game or like analog horror type of thing. Like a horror mystery made about like a or a few missing personnel. That would be so cool. Maybe I'll get around to it. So if nobody else does it, I'll do it someday. But anyways, yeah, no recovery attempts are to be made under any circumstance. But anyways, note, continued research and observation have shown that when faced with highly complex or random assemblies of structures, 106 can be confused, showing a marked delay on entry and exit from said structure. 106 has also shown an aversion to direct sudden lights. I think that's like a normal human thing. Oh, it's that video again with the outro. Hold on. What are we gonna listen to now? You guys liked it when I put on the water temple, right? I feel like that was kind of a vibe. Okay, here we go. Anyways. I don't know how the fuck to feel about this. Just, you know what? Just appreciate it. Okay? The SCP Foundation is a very diverse world, and you can feel however you want about it, as long as there's appreciation there too. Sometimes I don't appreciate things that are in the wiki or were in the wiki. I don't know, heavy on the ladder, but anyways. Oh, it's kind of louder. Let me turn that down. Where am I? Oh yeah, no recovery attempts are to be made under any circumstance. So like if something goes missing in the Foundation to 106, give it up. Like if it's an item, if it's a person, if they are lost to 106, let me make this more scary. If you are lost to SCP-106, if he takes you, no one is coming looking for you. There is going to be no recovery attempt. Even if somebody wants to save you, they're ordered not to. They're not allowed. Literally, you could be in the pocket dimension for like months on end getting tormented. No help is coming. Yikes. I'm going to break my iPhone. Have fun? I don't know. Anyways. No, continued research and observation have shown that when faced with highly I've already read this, sudden light, blah 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 blah. This is not manifested in any form of physical damage. But a rapid exit to the pocket dimension generated on solid surfaces. I don't even blame 106 for that. I've always said this, if I was in a horror game and like I was like the monster or whatever, I have no idea what I'd be like other than the fact that I would be one of those entities where like, you know in a horror movie where you're given like a flashlight and there's always those like fuck-ass entities that you have to shine the flashlight on to make them go away? That would be me. Hound is Violet, by the way. I just call her Hound. That's true. Long ago, I used to go by Hound. My name was Blackhound. Everybody called me Hound. Those days are behind me. I'm a centipede now, but some people still know me as Hound, so they still call me Hound, and I'm totally fine with that, because, you know, Hound is also a pretty cool name. But anyways. What is going on? Oh, was Andrew serious about breaking the phone? Is that guy causing you trouble? Cause I don't mind if you guys want to boot him. I really don't. Yikes. Yikes. I'm gonna move on. Anyways, okay. These observations, along with those lead aversion and liquid confusion, have reduced the general escape incidence by 43%. That's pretty good. The primary cells have also been affected in recovery incidents. Recovery incidents? I thought you just said not to recover anything. Okay. Inquiring recall protocol redacted. Observation is ongoing. Gonna be honest, I didn't understand a lot of that, but I know it's cool. Okay, so we've got another very interesting image that I'll show you when the time comes. We've got an addendum, though, for 106. We've got SCP review notes, notes on behavior, and recall protocol redacted, so I guess we get to learn a little bit about that. SCP review notes. Due to the exceedingly difficult to contain nature of SCP-106, the SCP is to be reviewed every 3 months during a post-breach incident. Physical restraints are impossible, and direct physical damage appears to have no effect on 106. I was just about to say that is true, but I'm literally reading his file, like everything here is true. Current SCP, as of redacted date, revolves around basic observation and immediate response. Previous, more proactive special containment procedures have been recalled due to events of breaches. Redacted, 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 and redacted. Gears, please stop with the redacted. Anyways, notes on behavior. We're gonna learn a bit more about SCP-106's behavior. SCP-106 appears to go through long periods of dormancy, in which it will remain completely motionless for up to 3 months. The cause for this is unknown. However, it has been shown that this appears to be used as a lulling tactic. Oh, sneaky bastard. Okay. SCP-106 will emerge from this state in a very agitated state, and will attack and abduct staff and cause gross damage, quite literally gross damage, not even a large amount of damage, just gross damage. Like, the damage that he causes is just disgusting. Gross damage to its containment cell and the site at large. Recall protocol data expunged, which I don't know what that is yet, but we'll learn soon. Anyways, SCP-106 appears to hunt and attack based on desire, not hunger, so he literally just does things because he wants to, not because he has to for survival or anything. SCP-106 will attack and collect multiple prey items during a hunting behavior event. Okay, here's one part of me that's still very British. I don't like seeing the word behavior spelled without the U. Any word, there's a few words in British English that you spell with a U that Americans just don't. Like behavior, favorite, color. Your words look naked. They look like they are misspelled. They are missing something. I don't know. I know English has its differences, but like still it bothers me. It's irritating me a lot. Anyways, 106 keeps many of these prey items, which can include objects or people, keeping many of them alive in the pocket dimension for extended periods of time. SCP-106 has no determinable limit and appears to collect a number of prey items during an event. So basically, to wrap that all up, he doesn't really move much, and he kind of just stays in his cell most of the time and just doesn't really do anything at all. But when he does decide to do something, it's bad. When he is mobile, it's bad. Like, he gets out, he takes multiple people or objects, and he takes them into his pocket dimension. He keeps a lot of living things alive for a long amount of time, and he torments them and whatnot. I think we're gonna get into that. But anyways, yeah. And he does all of this kind of just because he wants to. We're not sure what his exact motives are. Maybe I'll make a theory video on that, because he does have some tales going over his past. But yeah, anyways. Squishy wants to say hi. The inner dimension accessed by 106 appears to be only accessible by 106. Recording transmission devices have shown to still operate inside this dimension, though recordings and transmissions are very degraded. So, like, if you take a camera into the pocket dimension, it will still work. But it's just, like, the quality is a lot worse. But anyways, it appears that 106 will play with captured prey, aged between 10 to 25, mind you, and appears to have full control of time, space, and perception inside this dimension. 106 appears, data expunge. Wait, can I click on that? Until death. Oh, it's another tale! Ooh! One of the only times that I'm not pissed off by Gears using data redacted or data expunged. I wish I never fucking clicked on that link. I just skimmed over the story, or at least like the last pair. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. What? Okay. Don't narrate the way I'm reacting to this. You guys don't even know what I'm reading right now. Okay. Alright. Okay, well that settles it. Okay, I'm not... Yeah. Oh, I hate these kind of topics. Okay, so 106 is weird like that. You know how I was like joking? Like, oh, he's a predator because he takes prey aged between 10 to 25, and I was like trying to like make kind of like a joke, like silly. Oh. Yeah, I've never even heard of this tale before. I cannot believe no one's talked about this, but... Okay. Okay. My head hurts. We're moving on. Okay. Like, what? I'm just trying to skim through the story right now to was any part of this voluntary on her part? I wouldn't imagine. I don't... Okay, Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that, actually, and I think... Okay, for my own sake, I'm gonna move on. That was basically the end of his, files anyway. There wasn't really much to it aside from that. There was, like, the recall protocol that I was interested in, but I think I'm gonna take a bit of a step back from 106, at least for today. I don't really like things like that. I don't really like reading about it. So anyways, yeah. Shit, okay. Let's move on to, we have over 20 minutes left of what I usually do in the streams, but Friday streams go a little longer than 2 hours usually, so I think we have enough time for the clockwork virus. Right? Do we want to do the clockwork virus? Or do we want to look at maybe another article here that is maybe a little underrated? Wait, Canadian Mail Void? I'm Canadian. I don't know. Yeah, first then go to clockwork. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's stop first. Let's just put the wiki down for a second and let's have a gossip session. I'll catch up with the chat a little bit. Maybe we'll talk about Dr. Gears as an author, and then we'll talk about, I think we'll end it off with the clockwork virus. Salt popcorn for sale. Every type of salt you can think of. What about a salt? What about battery? Anyways, that was dumb. What was I gonna say? I feel like I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I don't really like popcorn that much, I'm gonna be honest. I really like the taste of popcorn, especially movie popcorn, but I just can't deal with, like, the kernels getting stuck in your, like, mouth. It's, like, really gross. Like, it tastes good to me, I like it, but, like, it's not worth the hassle. I really do like sweet and salty, though. Fire salt? Space salt? What the hell is space salt? Do you like animation? Because I have a really cool animation gif. Ooh! Just your creepypasta with the song Teeth by 5 Seconds of Summer. I don't know what that song is. I'm not really I'm not like a big fan of animation memes in general, but I do like them sometimes when I see them. I really appreciate it when people make animation memes for my work. So that's super cool. So absolutely, and I'll check that out tomorrow for the Wildcraft stream, because that's usually when I check out things that people like make, you know. Anyways, screw all those options. Silent Salt the goat? Tell me one person understands. I'm so sorry, I don't understand. Anyways, Violet, should I plant some violets next to my window? You know what? Absolutely you should. Absolutely. Flowers are great. I love flowers in general. Yeah, you should totally plant one. I haven't made it yet. It's not out. Oh, okay. Okay, well, take your time on it, buddy. You know, only work on what you want to work on, do what you want to do. But, you know, if you ever do, when you get that done, I'll check it out on stream. It'll probably have to be a Wildcraft stream so I can check it out without exiting, like, the wiki or whatever. The wait for tomorrow is killing me. I'm sorry. On the Wildcraft streams, could you also check out chapter 1 of my story for you? It took me a while. Absolutely. That can be what the Wildcraft streams are for, since I don't really do much aside from yapping anyway. So absolutely, I'm excited to read more that you guys have made. Want some concerningly heavily salted Salt Lake City Salt Sunset Genshin Impact School Salt Flavor Popcorn? I don't. It's yours for $800 Canadian, 800 CAD? Nuh-uh. For dehydration popcorn? No thanks. She got so much to read from her viewers. I love it, but in a way it's kind of worrying me, because I'm like, how am I gonna keep up with this all? Like, if enough people write, like, fanfics for my cheetahs and myself and stuff, and they want me to read it on stream, and I'm like, yeah, I'll read anything. It's gonna get to a point, and I don't really know what to do about that yet, but right now I'm not complaining because it's not a problem right now, and people are making very nice things for me that I appreciate, so why would I complain? But anyways, you're selling a live asparagus from my facility. Who wants it? No thanks. Yeah, because y'all are cooking. That's true, you guys cook. You guys are actually really good writers. That's why I'm trying to, what's the word? I'm trying to indoctrinate you all. I'm trying to turn you all into SCP authors. I'm trying to turn you all into the future of the SCP Foundation so it doesn't die. That's my evil plan. But anyways, you should compile a group of them. Make a stream describing which one you think is the most canon accurate. There is no canon, it's like the Spider-Verse. I don't know. There is no lore for, like, my cheetah, so whatever somebody wants to come up with, that's it. I think it's a good way to remember her, too, because I do want to draw Dr. Vi and make that my new profile picture soon, so, you know, the cheetah will not be forgotten. When I get Discord, I'm gonna try to become an SCP author. Man, I really want to, but, like, I'm so nervous about submitting something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways. There's gonna be 85 cheetah fanfics. Violet has a lot of reading to do. I don't know, man. Like, even if I decide to just read a couple of them, how do I decide which ones I read and which ones I don't? Because that would kind of feel, like, insulting. Like, what if I just, like, pick the ones I find good and leave out the other ones? That would definitely hurt some feelings, and it would insult people that are making good work for me. So I don't know. I really don't know what to do. I don't know. Mine with Blackheart is a good canon to me. It has emotion, lore, and has our friends and their characters in it too. I like that. I think that's really sweet. I like that a lot. Why are we talking about salt so much? What about, what is it called? Smelling salt? Like the salt that you put up to people's noses and it, like, resets their entire body? Do you sell that as popcorn? How much is it? Oh, Violet, you insult my feelings. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. That was... I'm not laughing, but it was really fun. I'm laughing on the inside. I'm slapping my knee right now in my brain. That was really funny. I think Song of Violets is also kind of good for a canon as well. I love Song of Violets. It's just a bit violent. I love it. It's so violent, and it's awesome. It's like very detailed. It's not like violent in like an edgy way. It's violent in like a really like realistic, detailed way that is very easy to envision and put yourself in that scenario, you know? But yeah, I agree. Mine also got some common chatters like mods and Frumpy. Oh, that's cute! I like that. I like the stories that include like the mods too, and like the viewers and other people. That's cool. We're like a big happy gang, only we're not happy. So, you know, it's great. The stories are really edgy, but it's great. It's about creepypastas most of the time, so it makes sense. Anyways. Should we yap for, I think we should yap for like another, like 4.5 minutes until the stream reaches 150, and then we'll get into the Clockwork Virus. How the hell did I not know that about 106 though? Like, this is what I mean. Nobody reads from the wiki. They just, like, go off of what games and what YouTube videos, like content farms, say about SCPs. Like, I swear, if more people actually read the wiki, it would've... If I read the wiki, actually, I'm guilty of this too. I didn't read the wiki, so I had no idea that 106... I knew he was weird. I never liked the guy. Never liked him. I wanted him dead. But I didn't know he was that bad. I would have knew he was that bad if I actually checked it out. Like, I read his wiki, like, a few months ago, but I guess, I don't know, maybe I just didn't see the link. I didn't know that the data expunged had a link. I almost didn't click on it this time, because I didn't think that it would be a link, but I noticed that the data expunged was in a different font, so I was like, hey, can I click this? Ugh. Okay, at least I have more justification for hating him now, but, like, still... Hold on. You know what I find is good, though? The one time I'm gonna say this, well, Reddit is kind of good for getting SCP summaries. Like, if you don't want to read a certain document on the SCP wiki, which is absolutely understandable, a lot of people choose not to read certain wikis about certain topics, because the SCP Foundation, there's kind of nowhere that it won't go. You know, and some people would prefer to get, like, a summary than kind of subject themselves to whole stories sometimes, and this is a case like that. So I'm gonna look up SCP-106. What is this story called? I'm not going into the story again. What do I search for? Just, like, woman's story? Wait, what? His lost wife, Anna. What? His wife? What? What? How do I not know this much about 106? Like, the irony of me saying all that just to not know this about 106. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've never really cared about 106, if I'm being honest. There's my justification for that. But, still. Okay, read all the lore, blah blah blah, and if I get it right, the old man is at the same time Corporal Lawrence, a weird World War I soldier who fell into an ooze pit and got its abnormal abilities. Yeah. Dr. Scranton, after getting disintegrated from in the no dimension, became 106 and created a pocket dimension for his wife Anna Lang. Wait, what? Oh, so it wasn't 106. This is why SCP hates you? I'm gonna give you guys a little piece of advice right now. You want certain people to hate you. If 106, knowing the type of guy 106 is, even with everything that it's kind of muddy to me right now, knowing what I do absolutely know about 106, I don't like the guy. If 106 liked me, I would take that as an insult, okay? You want certain people to dislike you, because if certain people like you, it kind of says something about you. In cases where, like, you're just not really that, like, well known, like, people just don't know everything about you. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying be hated, or, like, try to be hated, like, try to go out of your way to be unlikable, or, you know, be, like, a controversial figure. I'm just saying, you kind of want, like, a certain type of person, you kind of want them not to like you. I don't want 106 to like me. I know he's a fictional character, but I'm talking about, like, I'm using him as, like, a real-life example here. No one wants Dragonheart to dislike anyone, because that's the only person she would use her power on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How bad, like, what kind of dislike are we talking about here? There's the dislike, like, oh, they make me kind of, but, like, you know, I can tolerate them. Then there's the, like, oh no, I hate this person, like, get them away from me. Then there's, like, the, I want to kill this person, you know? How much would Dragonheart have to not like someone to make her use her powers on them? Hopefully a lot. But anyways, the last specimen of an ancient tribe that lurked in the shadows to hunt early humans. Huh? Okay, so what? I go with Corporal Lawrence, firstly, because this article links to his tale. Secondly, Dr. Scranton deserves a better end than that. Oh, it's like a different canon, I guess. Oh, okay. So I guess it's like a different canon, where this doctor named Dr. Scranton becomes 106. And kind of does creepy stuff with his wife. So it's technically not 106 that did that, I guess? I'm so confused. Like, my head is like, I feel my forehead overheating. Oh my god. I'm gonna blow up. The local crackhead. There is no canon, so he can literally be whatever he... There's not one direct canon, and I don't like it when people say this. There's no direct canon as a whole for the SCP Foundation. As in, there are multiple different canon storylines, and there have been, like, rewrites and things like that. And, you know, there are things that, like, are kind of true in their own story, but are not true to, like a certain continuity. Like, I don't know. It's like saying that Transformers doesn't have any canon just because there are, like, different universes of Transformers. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of don't like it when people say that the SCP Foundation has no canon, because that's just not true. Like, if I were to say there was no canon, I could say that, like, SCP-035 is a pink gumball that makes people fly when they chew it. Like, there's obviously a canon, there's just different storylines. It kind of winds me up, but anyways, we're not gonna talk about that too much. Ugh. So I don't know what the hell's going on with Dr. Scranton and all that. I just skimmed over, like, I read the last few paragraphs and it freaked me out. But I didn't really read the full story, so clearly I'm not understanding something here. Dr. Scranton, after getting disintegrated in the no dimension, became 106 and created a pocket dimension for his wife, Anna, who is, like, the woman in that story I read. So I guess it actually wasn't 106, it was just a specific canon where a doctor becomes 106, but it's not, like, actually 106. Somehow, 106 beat the allegations, I think. I think that gives it a- okay, that really freaked me out, but okay. No, my bad. If I understand this correctly, then 106 beat the allegations. He's still very questionable, but I would say he's more in the clear than Dream is. So, you know, I still don't like the guy at all, but at least it's not that bad, maybe. It still could be that bad, but I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Anyways, I've gone almost 7 minutes over what I said I was going to for the yapping session, so I think that we should get back into the Clockwork Virus and read the last document of today. And I'm gonna end it by talking about Dr. Gears and linking his GoFundMe, and then after the stream I'm gonna make a post linking the GoFundMe and talking more about Dr. Gears. She has to have the throwing hands on sight kind of dislike for her to use her powers on them. Okay, I see. I support her. Okay, here we go. Last document of today by Dr. Gears. This is SCP-217, the Clockwork Virus. This one is actually really interesting. I like this one. But I don't think I've completely read its file. The object class is Keter. Dr. Gears really likes his Keter SCPs. Jack is almost there, though. Oh, so she doesn't even have to get that mad. I'm kinda scared of her. Damn. But anyways. Okay, here we go. SCP-217 is a virus, incurable by current means, with a rate of infectivity at 100%. It affects all organisms in the animal kingdom, and can be spread via touch or contact with bodily fluid. Ew. SCP-217 is very hardly, and can survive for years outside of the host body. The progress of the infection is very slow, with subjects sometimes going several years before manifesting any symptoms. Kinda scary, guys. Casually drinks and dies? What is going on? Schrödinger's favorite couch almost got her non-biological brother murdered because of her power and how it works. It's reasonable. I mean, you're right, but still. It's kind of different when she crashes out compared to anything else. because of what she can do when she crashes out. But it's okay. I still love a good crash out. Okay? But anyways, you don't ruin a lady's furniture. Jack did. But anyways, Jack is my own character, I should specify. He's a member of the... well, it depends. In our specific roleplay that we've got going on, he's a special member of the MTF that we made up. But otherwise, outside of that universe, he would be a member of the Nine-Tailed Fox. I really want to submit him to the actual wiki. He's just kind of a human guy, but he's also really funny. He's kind of a prick, but that's what makes him funny. Anyways. Okay, SCP-217 alters the biochemistry of organic tissue, causing organic matter to rearrange into a form of organic metal. Like Transformers, but way worse. Oh my god, tell us about him? You'd like that. Maybe I'll post him on the second channel. I have art for him done. Hold on. Actually, okay, I don't touch Amino with a 10-foot pole anymore, I'm gonna be honest, but if you guys want, I do have an article about Jack on my Amino, like, account for, like, my SCP community, so we could read that after the Clockwork Virus if you want. It's a lot shorter, it's a lot more lighthearted, and it's my own character, so I can give you guys insight onto it, so, you know. But we'll read that after. Anyways, incurable virus, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, rearranges organic matter into organic metal. The processes involved with this change are not yet fully understood, but the advanced stages are well documented. A subject will begin to turn into a complex arrangement of gears and clockwork, these taking over for the former biological functions. So basically, if you get infected with this virus, your flesh will turn into organic metal and you will grow gears and all kinds of clockwork inside of your body. Yikes, let's continue. Advanced stage infection is reported to be very painful, but earlier stages are oftentimes unnoticed, with only vague feelings of confusion, insomnia, and joint stiffness. If you guys are going through any of those symptoms right now, if you feel confused a lot, like me, if you have insomnia, not like me, if you have joint stiffness, you may be turning into organic metal. So I would go check that out before it becomes very painful. Anyways, hearts are replaced by gears and small tubes, joints by gear networks, eyes by structures not unlike primitive hand crank film cameras, and etc. I don't know, something about the writing of this one is really good, I don't know. I think it's just the lack of anything redacted or, like, overly complicated. Love it. Anyways, SCP-217 shows shows first on the outside of the body in all creatures except mammals. Okay. In mammals, it first converts the internal structure before manifesting outside of the body. So, if the virus was to infect something like a bird or a fish, you would physically see it on the outside of their body first. But if it happened to something like a human or a dog, the symptoms would begin happening on the inside first, so you wouldn't see it physically at first. Anyways. Oh, what song is about to come on now? Let's see. Inside the clock tower? This is a little too majestic. We're literally just reading SCP articles. Back to the water temple. Anyways. Yeah, in mammals, it first converts the internal structure before manifesting outside of the body. This can cause those infected to go for very long periods of time without knowing of infection. SCP-217 has even been shown to totally convert the inside of the body before showing any externally visible symptoms. SCP-217 has infected several major metropolitan areas in the past, most notably redacted. Why does that have to be redacted? I'm not— Gears? Buddy, you're winding me up with all the redacted stuff. I'm so serious. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, that's the end of the London fog. The mental state of those in middle... The mental state of those in middle to advanced stages of infection have been shown to be much diminished. Okay, so, unsurprisingly, people who are in the middle to advanced stages of infection, they're not doing so well mentally. Subjects respond in a repetitive fashion and are very dull and mechanical in action. Something just clicked up here. My little theorist brain is going. I'm going crazy. Anyways. And a dull and mechanical in action are easily distracted or confused and generally appear irritable when faced with new problems. In addition, research on a fully converted brain has data expunged. Why? Like, why would you even say that at all if you're just gonna redact the data? Or the data? I don't care. Gears? I swear to God. Okay. Document hashtag 217. That kind of makes me sound like an Instagram trend. Just got the clockwork virus. I'm in the late stages. Anyways. Subjects infected by SCP-217 have, at the early stages— oh yeah, this is what I'm reading now is just notes on the symptoms. But anyways, they have, at the early stages, reported no major symptoms aside from increased— oh. No, I don't want to listen to this. Song of Storms. I feel like we listened to that a lot already. Oh, I can't listen to the theme. I'm gonna start crying if I listen to the theme. Like the Ocarina of Time, like, opening theme. It's too nostalgic. Anyways. Okay, reported no major symptoms aside from increased lethargy and a general lack of emotional response. I'm looking at you, Gears. Some have reported a feeling of fluttering or moving under the skin, coupled with a persistent ticking noise. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, this feels a little bit too upbeat for what we're reading. Maybe we should change it. What should we put on? Should we put on, like, something more, like, eerie sounding, but still won't get me copyrighted? You know what I might be able to get away with using? Okay, I find that whenever I use video game music for my videos or my live streams, I don't get copyrighted for it because they don't put copyright on it. Because obviously if you're a YouTuber, you want to be able to play a game without it getting completely demonetized because it has music from the game. I'm pretty sure that's the logic behind why YouTubers can use video game music in their videos, but not, like, other songs. I found this really creepy audio on TikTok. But apparently it comes from a game, like a really old Japanese game, called the Twilight Syndrome Murder Case. So I might not get copyrighted for it. I've been listening to that, like, non-stop, by the way. Okay, let me see. No, this person was able to post the theme, and they did not get copyrighted for it. Did this person? No. Okay, so I'm assuming I'm allowed to play this without getting copyrighted, so I'm gonna play this. I've, like, actually been addicted to this song. It really helps me focus when I'm writing. But anyways, we're just gonna put it on loop for now. Okay! Continuing. Blah blah blah. This noise seems most prominent when SCP-217 infects the shoulders, neck, and the head. However, it is inaudible if recording equipment is pressed against the affected area. That's weird. Recording equipment? I wonder if that... Oh, what is it called? I know what it's called, but I don't at the same time. The, like, medical device to, like, check your heartbeat, you know? How they put and then they, you know? I wonder if that would also make it inaudible. Because would that count as recording equipment? I don't think so. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Yeah, stethoscope, something beginning with an S. You're right, Frumpy. That's gotta be it. I don't know. Anyways. Initial infection of SCP-217, as has already been stated, almost undetectable. Almost undetectable? Almost undetectable. In the early in the early stages it is almost undetectable and causes a lack of an emotional response. Okay. I don't know why this didn't click to me before, but okay. This is written by Dr. Gears. Dr. Gears. I see you on music. I don't know why it helps me write so much. Like, you've got to understand. Imagine you're me. You're sitting in this desk right now. You have your phone, and you're kind of using your phone as a PC right now because your PC is broke. You hook up a keyboard to your phone. You have a Word document in front of you, and it's like, normally I write until it's like dark outside, okay? It's like kind of dark outside or like kind of cloudy. You've got like candles all around you because I love working with candles. You're listening to this, and you have like a nice cup of tea beside you. Or this isn't tea, but you know, usually I have a cup of tea. You have to understand what a vibe that is for me. Like, it helps me focus so much that I can write hours on end, and I will not stop and I will not want to stop. Like, I sometimes actually get mad when I have to stop. Like, when I have to like go to the bathroom or something, I'm like, damn it! Anyways. This is the most creepypasta music ever. Write it down, Violet, write it down. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, because I really want to see if this stream gets demonetized or not, because if it doesn't, this is perfect to use in my videos, and I cannot believe I have not found it before. I don't know, I find myself having to use like the same audios over and over again, because I kind of need to know what I can use safely without getting copyrighted. I use a lot of, like, Legend of Zelda audios, a lot of audios from FNAF, but, you know, I like to switch things up a little bit, and this is perfect. Like, if you were to find one song that would be perfect for, like, a creepypasta video, or whatever, Sadly, I'm obsessed with something I used to hate. No, nothing weird, but just a movie. I went through that with Toy Story when I was a kid. I had no idea why. I, like, hated the movie Toy Story, but I couldn't stop watching it. Like, I swear, that could have been, like, an SCP in itself. Like, I don't know why. I did not like Toy Story, mainly because of Buzz. There was something about Buzz that I just didn't like in Toy Story. I don't know if it was his design, but something about him just pissed me off and made me, like, kind of scared of him. So I didn't like Toy Story. But for some reason, I couldn't stop watching it. It was so weird. It was like I want to say it was like a week phase in my life, and I have no idea why that happened. Very, very odd. But anyways, I've never really been, like, the most mentally intact kid, if that makes sense. I hope it's not that easy to tell, but, like, still, that was, like, especially weird. Oh, I love K-pop Demon Hunters. I hate that I do, but I do. I used to be such a hater of it. I've never watched it before. I'm not a hater or a fan. It doesn't really appeal to me. And I kind of have a hard time getting around to media that I want to watch anyway. Still haven't read all of Arcane. Watched Arcane. I haven't watched all of Avatar. I haven't watched all of Transformers G1. Kind of because I got distracted, and now I'm watching War on Cybertron. I don't know. It's like a trilogy or whatever. I'm on the second one. The second one so far is a lot better than the first. Anyways, hold on. Okay, I was gonna continue, but Epsilon said check what I sent. Did you send it in this chat? Let's see. I'm going to write a part 4 of Wildcraft Origins with Violet and Blackheart. Oh, hold on, it went up again. I can't see the chat anymore. After stream, so you get to see. Ooh, okay. Cool. I'm very excited to see it. Hold on, wait, what? No kids allowed. This place is spoopy. Me, a 6th grader that watches Dead by Daylight. I'm 9 and reads Warrior. I'm 9 parallel universes ahead of you. Listen, I don't know. I also had unrestricted access to the internet growing up, and I'm just trying to, you know, I can't force anyone not to watch my content. I'm just trying to let you know, hey, if you're a certain age, you probably shouldn't be. That's basically all I can say. Like, if you're too young to be reading about, like, murder, or, like, sometimes there's, like, mild, like, sexual themes. There's nothing really sexual going on, other than, like, mild discussion, or, like, very vague jokes, but, like, still, if you're too young to be watching that, please don't be here. But unfortunately, there's not really much I can do aside from that. Oh, yeah, that's true. Don't say your grade. Kamari's right. That could tell everyone how old you are. Don't say your age in the chat, by the way. That will get your message taken down. And you may even get a timeout. Do not reveal your ages in the chat. Not safe. Anyways, let's continue. This is suspicious to me, especially because some people, like, in Gears' own like, whatever document about his character, it states that a lot of people theorize that Dr. Gears is a robot, which he is not. This is, like, I don't know if it's just because I've been, like, theorizing for so long, but, like, my brain is telling me that something is clearly going on here. This needs to be a future video. I love things like this. It's like giving a dog a bone to chew on. I love thinking about things like this. Anyways, you're pretty, by the way. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Blah blah blah. Almost undetectable in the early stages. As the infection advances, subjects will begin to feel a sharp tearing pain in areas that are being converted. It has been compared to a knife wound or a deep muscle tear. Ouch. And can persist for hours or several days. Oh. Kamaria mod. Kamari... I think I remember Kamari is not old enough. No mod. I don't know why the hell that was so animated. But anyways, whatever. Depending on the subject and the area affected, the new clockwork organs appear to tear and rip at tissue for a short time before becoming fully integrated and settling into the surrounding tissue. And this is believed to account for the pain. I would think so. Yeah, I would assume that would be painful. Okay, areas affected appear to be metal, mainly brass, steel, and iron. Other substances have been reported appearing to be either leather, rubber, glass, wood, or other basic materials. Why does that make me think of another thing? No. Other substances have been, yeah, blah, 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 and even carries the subject's DNA. No. Okay, no. I'm going, like, completely, like, theory mode right now. No. Organs and tissue affected appear more resilient than normal, carrying the same strength and oh, I'm going insane! No! No! My mind is just, like, connecting to, like, a bunch of other things right now. And I'm like, I wonder if this has any connection to this. No. Stop it. Appear more resilient than normal, carrying the same strength and density as materials they resemble, instead of normal tissue density. Areas damaged repair over time, but it is much slower than standard human regeneration. Okay, that kind of silenced my little theory mode from getting too out of control. Damaged areas can be instantly repaired by replacing damaged areas with new parts of the same type. Testing has shown that there are no ill effects if parts made from normal materials, like steel, wood, or leather, replace the existing biomechanical clockworks. That's kind of cool. So, I don't know. Let's say the clockwork virus turned, like, I don't know, like a large portion of my face into wood or something. If that wood got, like, damaged, you could replace it with, like, just normal wood, and that would work. So that's at least one benefit to having the clockwork virus, I guess. Most alarming. People infected with 217 can continue for months, even years, without being detected. That's there for a reason. Oh, that was mentioned for a reason. I know what this is trying to okay. With infections so easy to spread, hundreds could be affected before proper containment could be enforced. Infection appears to spread most quickly in large offices, malls, and other large concentrations of people. Note: anything or anyone suspected to be infected with 217 is not allowed to be near SCP-882. What is SCP-882? Blah blah blah, kept in a fluid environment at all times. A random assembly of gears, cables, pulleys, screws, belts, blah blah blah, various metals. Object size, blah blah blah. 87 cubic meters in size, holy shit. Current size is approximately... Oh, at the time of recovery, and now it's only 12 cubic meters. It rusts quickly in seawater. No identifiable energy source has been found, but all components will begin to move if not coated in dust. It is completely silent at all times, no matter what level of activity it reaches. Any metal touching the object will become permanently asphyxiated to it, and over a few days becomes a part of the subject. Okay, so that's why. So basically, SCP-882 is an SCP that is like a giant mass of like gears and like metal machinery, I guess, powered by who knows what. And if a piece of metal were to touch it, it would become a part of said machine thing. So that's why you can't let people with the clockwork virus interact with this SCP, because they will become a part of this machine. Brutal. I love it, I really do. Addendum. At this time, cross-contamination between SCP-229 and 217, I don't know, I read numbers very weirdly, is allowed only with O5 approval. What is SCP-229? I feel like I've heard of this one before. Let's skip to description. Appears to be a mass of wires and cables. Specifically, they appear to be raw copper wire, insulated Ethernet cable, phone cable, power line, blah blah blah, weighs a lot. Is identified as a form of silicone-based life. Highly invasive parasite attacking anything carrying even a low electrical current. Oh. Huh. Okay, so it's allowed only with O5 approval. Okay. Interesting. I'm definitely gonna look into all three of those SCPs in more detail later. I don't know, this one's a little bit weird, to be honest. This one has a lot of details that kind of, set me off a little bit. It's really odd. But maybe I should shut up and save it for another theory video. Man, there is so much about the SCP Foundation that, like, needs more proper attention. Like, I got into the SCP Foundation through theory videos, during the start of COVID, because, you know, obviously you weren't allowed to leave your house or anything. There was, like, kind of nothing for me to do all day, so I was like, okay, I'll just draw and I'll go on YouTube and watch whatever. And I started getting recommended, like, SCP theory videos, specifically on 096, which is kind of funny because it's kind of come, like, full circle now, where I'm about to drop, like, a massive fucking theory video / analysis of 096. It's kind of wild, to be honest, but, you know, anyways, like, there's so much that needs, like, a theory video. Not enough people read from the wiki. And I know I've said before that I don't know. I've said before that I don't really judge people who don't, like, read all of the wiki and just, like, the SCP Foundation based off, like, games and stuff, because that is perfectly fine. I still stand by what I say. Like, everything that I said during those rants, I still stand by it, but, like, I do still, and I have always encouraged people to still read the wiki, and I do think that now I should kind of bring up the fact that it kind of becomes a problem when people kind of characterize SCPs and personnel in a certain way that is just not true at all because they have not read from the wiki. Because for years now, many SCPs and personnel members, whether they're underrated or super popular, are just majorly misunderstood or mischaracterized. And it's, like, insane the more that you actually dig into it. But, you know, anyways, taking screenshots of these narrative additives and I'm gonna make a skit. That's epic, Frumpy. But anyways, yeah, that has to be a video eventually. There's some potential connections here between Dr. Gears and SCP-217. Unless I'm just, like, completely going crazy. Like, maybe I've just, like, actually lost it. But, I mean, that's kind of MatPat for you, right? And we all miss MatPat's videos a lot. We loved how crazy he was. But anyways, that wraps everything up that I wanted to read from Dr. Gears today. But we're gonna end it off on one more thing, which is my own thing, not a canon part of the SCP Wiki, but something that I myself wrote, which is a character, which is an MTF member. So I'm just gonna be, I wrote this ages ago, so I don't know how, it might be but I'm still gonna read it anyway. Damn, it's so sad seeing this account, because I used to have a streak of, like, over 100 days. I think it was, like, 140 something days. Can I see how long my longest streak was? I don't care. Amino's bought me, Amino, I like the app as a concept, and I like the customizability of it, but I don't know, it's brought me a lot of problems and hardships. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Literally, look up Amino on TikTok, and it'll just be filled with people talking about how traumatized they were as a kid from, like, the communities on that app. Some really wild people, but also some really good people that I've met through Amino. Some very good people that I've met through Amino. But a lot of nightmare fuel too. But it's okay. It's okay. We have a Discord now. Anyways. Oh, I'm gonna have to say his last name. Jack Boucher. I'm not gonna go through any effort to pronounce that in a French accent because I like myself. Anyways. Oh, I'm gonna show you the art, but I can draw better than this now, but I'm still gonna show you. This is what Jack looks like. Kinda a prick. 'Cause he is one. As Epsilon said, I really captured the punchable face very well. Dr. Taylor, how are you? But anyways, as you can see, he's an MTF member, but the badge on his shoulder or his upper arm is not the symbol of any existing MTF member. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. This is a logo that I made up for an SCP Mobile Task Force unit that Epsilon, my mod in the chat, actually made up. What was it called again? The Silver Hand. How do I get out of this? Okay, there we go. But anyways, I'm just gonna call him Jack. Because, number one, he's a jackass, and number two, there's a lot of parallels to him and Jack Rabbits. So, I don't know. Yeah, the Silver Hand. Anyway, so we've got the basic information for- keep in mind, this is not formatted like it's for the SCP Foundation. This was like the first draft of the character that I did for an Amino post, like, months ago. So this isn't gonna be anything, like, super polished or professional or, like, wiki-worthy, if that makes sense. And it's not gonna be formatted in the way that, like, the SCP Foundation wikis are formatted. It's gonna be a little more loose than that. But anyways, let's get down to it. Basic information. Jack is a male. He is 25 years old. He is 182 centimeters tall. I did keep the unit of measurements with the, like, SCP Foundation's unit of measurements. I completely forgot how tall 182 centimeters is. I think Jack was tall, though. Let me look that up actually right now before continuing. Let's see here. Okay. 182 centimeters to feet. Let's see. He's 5'11". He's actually a little bit over 5'11", so he's pretty tall. Anyways, and he weighs 170 pounds. So, occupations. Note. Outside of the Site-144 roleplay, Jack is a member of the Nine-Tailed Fox. The following information is only canon to the Site-144 roleplay and would not be entirely accurate if I were to submit him into the official SCP wiki, as his occupation is not canon. Anyways. Sending a reply in the roleplay. I really do need to get back to it. Tell people about the roleplay. I'll do that at the end when I'm talking about Dr. Gears and everything. I'll link our Discord and talk a bit about that. Or you got it. Anyways, Jack works as a member of the Silver Hand, an MTF unit of a small group who are sent out to handle dimensional and spatial anomalies. Jack specifically works as the group's scout and sniper, though he shares a range of other responsibilities with the rest of the group. While not the most impressive out of the whole squad, Jack is still very skilled as an individual. He is well trained in various types of combat, as well as very agile and cunning. Appearance. Jack is a fairly tall man with an athletic build, pale skin, dark hair, and brown eyes. Even off-duty, he can often be found wearing his MTF uniform without his helmet, though sometimes he'll just wear tactical pants and a plain dark t-shirt. Both his short hair and skin is usually well kept and clean. So Jack, he's kind of an egotistical... I just clicked on an ad. How do I stop this music? Okay, I guess that stopped it. But anyways, yeah, he's kind of egotistical, so he takes care of his appearance a lot. He's got neat hair, he's got clean skin, he wears his uniform even when he doesn't have to, but he wears everything except for the helmet because he likes to show off his face. Kind of like just prick. But anyways, personality. Jack is often a playful, carefree, and pretentious person, often taking pleasure in teasing and being mischievous towards others. He is generally disliked by his peers for his blunt nature and annoying attitude, but he does prove to be very helpful time and time again. Jack is a rule breaker, though for multiple reasons. Most of the time, Jack is the total opposite of a snitch, and will do things such as keep secrets against the Foundation or allow anomalies to continue roaming after they've breached. Sometimes he asks for a bribe, but other times Jack just lets things happen simply because he enjoys the entertainment. Jack is also a frequent user of cannabis and will smoke it where he can without being caught. To avoid the scent, though, he often settles for gummies instead. Jack is egotistical and cocky to cope with his insecurities and fears of being unimportant and forgettable. However, he does not hide this insecurity. Feeling confident in his job and his appearance, Jack believes that he is great and important, so he isn't very vulnerable to hearing the opposites. Lore. Keep in mind I'm not gonna pronounce anything other than... with anything other than how I talk. I'm not gonna pronounce any words with an accent here. Jack was born in Nantes, France, but was moved to a suburban town in Quebec, Canada at a very young age. Jack quickly became a fighter when he started school to gain respect and control over his peers, who would otherwise mock him for his flamboyant behavior. Jack was an only child, and his parents were relatively neglectful and uncaring of their son's activities, so Jack was left to find his own morals and navigation through life. He started to flunk in high school and resorted to enlisting for the military, which is how he climbed his way up to be recognized by the SCP Foundation and offered a role as a member of the Silver Hand. Despite Jack still acting like a jerk today, he is noticeably easier on women than men. Girls were rarely the one picking on him as a child, and actually offered him understanding and invited him into their friend circles. In return, Jack often found himself sticking up for girls too. Fun facts. Jack played lacrosse during his child and teenagehood, which can explain where his speed and athleticism is rooted from. Jack calls himself the Jack Rabbit as a way to boost his ego, as he is quick, agile, and energetic, like a wild rabbit. Despite Jack calling himself this in a bragging manner, nobody else calls him this, instead preferring to call him Jackass. Jack's first language is French. He speaks English with a slight French-Canadian accent. He speaks a mix of Quebec French and France French, and will sometimes revert to his first language when taunting others. He gets thrilled when he finds others who knows French, because he likes to talk in secret and make inside comments and jokes with them. Despite his flamboyant attitude and joke flirting with men, Jack is actually a straight man. Jack is scarily more observant of people than he lets on, and he uses this to not go too far with his attitude while making it seem like he doesn't care about their feelings. He also has a subtle habit of defending women, friendlier people, animals, and some anomalies. Jack, as insufferable as he acts, is actually giving and selfless towards others in situations where their safety or well-being is at stake. In addition to weed and mischief, Jack enjoys sports, lattes, clubland music, dancing, Dark Souls, and rabbits. He had a pet bunny growing up, who he meanly yet affectionately named Sir Serpoids. I don't know how to really say that in an English accent, but I refuse to do the other option. Anyways, it's a French word. It basically just means fat. His rabbit, he named his rabbit Sir Overweight, basically, in French, due to its size. Jack is chill. I love Jack. Not a lot of people do, though, understandably so. Jack's personality was originally based off of Thanos from Squid Games, so naturally I can't imagine his voice sounding any different from him. The original Korean version, not the English dub, that's important. But yeah, I don't really do, like, voice claims for characters, but, like, I can really see Jack having the same voice as Thanos did from Squid Games in, like, the original Korean version. I don't know. But anyways, what does Jack feel about my SCP OCs, Sylvester, the Sentient Cockadoo, Dr. Kamari, and Dr. Polly? Maybe her, but she's too mysterious. I don't know. Oh, my tablet's 10% battery. That's okay. That's okay, we just wrapped it. That's perfect timing, actually, because we just wrapped everything up. Sorry, ew. What was I gonna say? How would he feel about them? I don't know. He'd probably have a bit of a soft spot for Sylvester, seeing as Sylvester is both an anomaly and a child. So he'd probably be a little bit nicer. I don't know. It depends how many people are watching his behavior. He wouldn't really want to be that nice in front of others. The Sentient Cockatoo? I don't know. He'd like birds. He does really like animals. He's nice to animals too, so, you know. And wait, what was the other one on your list? It keeps making me go down. Sentient Cockatoo. Dr. Kamari. I don't know. Dr. Polly. I don't know. He'd probably treat Kamari no different than, like, the average woman. Like, he'd probably try to piss them off and annoy them, but he wouldn't really go too far. Then with Polly, he'd probably do the same, but, like, also kind of, like, bully Polly in a way for being, like, a bee. Dragonheart would throw hands with the bird and Jack would be friendly to it. If Jack knew that Dragonheart wanted to throw hands with the bird, Jack would be like extra nice to the bird just to piss Dragonheart off. But anyways, I keep forgetting slow mode is off. Yep, that's true. We're done with everything that I want. No, we're not! I'm lying! No, we're not. The whole, one of the whole points of this stream was to talk about Dr. Gears' GoFundMe, okay? Ew, oh my god. My bad. Okay, Dr. Gears is the author of the SCPs that I've read, other than Jack. That's my own thing, and that's basically like fan fiction, because it's not even canon to the wiki. I might submit him one day, but I need to polish him up a little bit first. But anyways, I'm lying. I was meant to talk about Dr. Gears and link his GoFundMe in the chat, so let me do that before my tablet dies. But yeah, Dr. Gears is the author of all the anomalies that I just read today. Dr. Gears is one of the OGs of the original SCP authors that made the SCP Foundation blow up so much. He is responsible for several popular SCPs, 106, 682, 914, the Clockwork Virus 217, 053, the Young Girl, and an underrated one that I actually really like, the Transforming Transformers. I can't remember what the number was though, but anyways. Dr. Gears has written a ton more SCPs, and he also has his own character in the SCP Foundation, which is obviously Dr. Gears, the stoic man that runs the site. I think Site 19 specifically, but I don't know. But anyways, his author, Daniel, I don't know / forgot his last name, but his real name is Daniel. He is currently going through quite a rough patch, in his life. Why can't I click on my screen? Okay. Currently he's going through kind of a rough patch, in his life right now. Everything that could go wrong is kind of going wrong, and while I won't get into everything he's been through this year, because that's his own business, that's his own kind of stories to tell, you know, that's his business to talk about. He and his family have found themselves in quite the unfortunate position, and they could really use some financial support. So, hold on. Okay, I am just gonna switch YouTube accounts for a second, just so I can link the GoFundMe in my YouTube chat. We should read about Iceberg too someday, but I think the personnel should come afterwards. I think I want to read a few, like, I want to make the next few live streams dedicated to, like, the OG writers of the Foundation and, like, some of the things that they've submitted. And, like, maybe go over, like, some of the, like, big SCPs, and then I feel like we should make streams talking about and reading tales from the personnel members. I feel like that would kind of be a good direction to take all of this. But anyways, I think maybe today was Dr. Gears. I think maybe next time should be Kane Pathos Crow, because Kane Pathos Crow is my personal favorite. He made Cain and Abel, SCP-073 and SCP-076, as well as Dio, SCP-035, my favorite SCP of all time. So, you know, I also really like Kane's character in the SCP Foundation. He's like a researcher, but he's also a dog at the same time, and I love dogs, so that's awesome. But anyways, right now I'm gonna link Dr. Gears' GoFundMe in the chat, and I'm also going to make a community post after this stream, linking it too. And I'll explain a little bit more about Dr. Gears in that. But yeah. Yeah, there it is. Please click on the link and please donate if you can. I might also just... Oh, I see you. You're watching this as a video and not when it's live. Okay, well for you, I'm going to put the link in the description of this video, so you go there instead, because you can't really see the live stream chat. But anyways, oh wait, no, or it'll also, you can go to the description, but I literally just said it was going to be in my community post, so you can also go there, either or, whatever is easier for you, right? I'm just trying to make it more convenient, I guess. Oh, I still haven't made the community post about the stories. I know, I'm so lazy, man. I'm so forgetful. I have a small list of people, but I wasn't sure if I was remembering everyone. But anyways, yeah, I'll make that post too. I'll make the 2 posts tonight. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it tonight. Don't worry, because I'm making a post anyway. I will not forget, and if I do forget, you guys get to publicly hang me in the town square. I don't know. But anyways, I'm too lazy, Violet. Well, I know that's why I said that you guys could do that to me, because I know that no one would actually want to do that to me, so I'm safe. Anyways, but yeah, just remind me, and if I forget anyone, because I probably am forgetting several people, if I'm forgetting anyone from these stories and I make the community post and I link a bunch of accounts and yours isn't there even though you wrote a story for me in my cheetah and I read it on live stream, my tablet just fell. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Violet should be canon. I really want Violet to be canon, but like I'm kind of worried that they don't really do like personnel who are also like SCPs or anomalous in some ways anymore. I really don't know. I don't think that they want people like, I don't know. I haven't heard about like a personnel member with like special abilities get popular in a long while. Like all of them, like Dr. Kondraki, Kane, Dr. Clef, like they were all made years ago. I'm talking like almost 20 years ago. And I haven't really heard of many personnel members like that since. There's probably maybe a lot on the wiki that I just don't know about, and that I should read about and maybe make popular using my own platform. But I'm kind of worried that they just kind of stopped accepting things like that because it just became a thing where like people were just writing themselves but with like cool powers, which is what it was, right? That's what it was. Like Dr. Kondraki, Dr. like that's what it was. It was just people writing themselves, but like cooler versions of themselves, right? But the difference is that they, like their abilities and like what made them anomalous and the work that they did for the Foundation wasn't just to be cool. It connected to the Foundation's lore. It added to the universe, and like the abilities and the stories that they had connected to the author's own personal lives, and gave it like a deeper meaning, if that makes sense, aside from, oh, this is me in like the SCP universe, I'm so cool, like, you know. And like I did that too. There's like a very specific reason why Violet is a centipede. Specifically, I did make her like the interviewer as well because it really explores like the social aspects of her and like some of her problems, but I would be willing to accept if they wouldn't allow her to be an anomaly and a member of personnel at the same time. I don't know. But like at the same time, I feel like maybe they're just so sick of people trying to like just wedge their way into the Foundation's wiki by being like, oh, this is me as an SCP. I'm so powerful and cool, and like that's it. I think that they're kind of sick of it, so they're just like, yeah, we're not accepting things like that anymore. And I'm kind of terrified that like what I'm doing is kind of gonna be like mistaken for that. So I need to make sure that if I have any chance of Dr. Vi being accepted into the wiki, that I need to be very careful with what I'm writing and just kind of pray for the best. And right now, I'm 21 years old, which is, like, pretty old compared to most of you in here. But, like, as a writer, I'm still pretty young I'm still pretty young and I'm still pretty inexperienced, you know, so I don't really. I'm kind of scared that I'm not, like, at that level yet with my writing, so that's kind of one of the reasons that I'm, like, really holding off on submitting anything to the wiki right now. Ugh. First impressions, you know? I want to make big first impressions. But I mean, that's why I haven't really submit any of my work to the I have a bunch of, like, concepts and things like that, like from anomalies to employees to, like, MTF members. um I don't know, I really feel like we should kind of return an era where we explored the aspects of, like, the personnel of the foundation. I always felt like that was interesting and not really touched on enough, I feel like, by the fandom, specifically. So I really feel like that could make a big comeback. So if I did write for the foundation, of course I have, like, anomalies planned, like SCPs, but I would also want to write about, like personnel members and members of different organizations from the SCP Foundation, specifically, like, the Serpent's Hand. I really like the Serpent's Hand. When it comes to organizations within the SCP universe, the Serpent's Hand is definitely my favorite, more so than the SCP Foundation itself. All hail Violet the Violent. Thank you. Yeah. You know what? Hell yeah, Frumpy. But yeah, I'd say Dr. Moosey is an untraumatized silly Billy, even though they almost died like 30 times. I like that a lot. It almost reminds me of, there used to be a personnel member called Gerald, and I don't know if he was ever classified as an SCP or not, but he had this, like, anomalous nature of being, like, super clumsy and getting into accidents all the time. Like, he brought disaster wherever he went. And it was kind of funny, but he retired. Thank God. I feel like if he didn't retire, he maybe would have died one day, but he retired from the Foundation. He's, like, I don't know. He's the only Foundation member that I can think of that's gotten a good ending. A lot of them haven't gotten endings because they're, like, still alive within the Foundation. Some of them are dead. Kondraki, ew. Ew! Sorry, there's, like, a small fly. Ew! Okay, whatever. I hate flies. I don't like them in my room. What was I gonna talk about? Yeah, Kondraki's dead, or at least he died twice in canon, and I think one of them is, like, meant to be, like, the main canon, or, like, the one that people considered canon, as canon as the SCP Foundation gets. Then there's also, who else is there? Yeah, Iceberg's definitely dead. A few of them are dead. But a few of them are still alive. I think Gerald is the only one that I know who ever got, like, a good ending. But damn. Wait, what? Lucy, I need to know, it's driving me insane. Is your name pronounced with a hard C? Or is it pronounced like Moosey? I say Moosey. But sometimes I pronounce it as Mooshi because I used to know someone named Mooshi, so, like, every time that I like, read the word Moosey, I almost mispronounce it, so that's why I kind of say it so awkwardly. My bad. I'll adjust. It's pronounced Moosey. Yeah, that's what I thought. But anyways. Guys, what's the first thing I should do to this... Hold on, wait, what? Do to this Party Bird channel? Throw a party on it. You're the party bird. Throw a party on it. It's 2 a.m. and I'm about to pass out, but I don't want to leave chat without moderation. It's okay, Hawk. Hawk, you get your sleep, okay? And get excited for your birthday, girlie! Get excited for your birthday. You go to sleep, okay? I'm literally just about to wrap up the stream anyways. It's, we've been streaming for 2 hours and 58 minutes. We'll go for, like, another 2 minutes. I'm probably, knowing me, I'm gonna yap a lot over that, but that's what we're aiming for, about 2 minutes. But anyways, yeah. It's Hawk's birthday. I have to check again. But it's very soon. Sometime this month on a Monday. But I'm preparing my gift now, so even if it's like this Monday, I will be ready for it, but I have to check the exact date again. Sorry, by the way, I've been preparing for my sister's birthday, who is on the 16th, so been a little bit busy with birthdays this month. I've hated birthdays for a few years now. What? I don't get that. People who are you tell them like, hey, like happy, or oh, it's your birthday soon, and they're like, I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, it's your birthday. It's like a celebration of you. Man, I don't know. I respect it if people don't want to celebrate their birthdays, but at the same time, like, I love being super dramatic about people's birthdays. Like, I love being super dramatic about people's birthdays. I don't know. Anyways, you have a good night, Hawk. You sleep well. I think we're just about ready to wrap it up. Draw your creatures and post them. I need to see the sock stealer. Wait, what? Oh, you must be replying to someone else. I don't have a sock stealing anomaly. That's just a dryer. Most of my birthdays have been pure drama lately. Aw. So I don't personally hit 10 of the best birthdays. Poor you, man, you have a December birthday. That's rough. That's really rough. I'm lucky. I have a July birthday. So I had it right in summer. So it was good when I was in school. I'm out of school now, obviously, but when I was in school, my birthdays were always no school because it was summer vacation. You know. It's like, oh my god, you've made it 1 year closer to death? What? No, I've never liked it when people say that, because listen, you don't know when your death date is. You're not gonna die. Well, actually, okay, apparently according to studies, you're more likely to die on your birthday than any other day, because you're more likely to try new things and go out to places, which increases your risk of dying. But anyways, likely though, you're not likely to die on your birthday. It's 1 day out of like 165 days in a year. Your birthday does not mark the exact year date, like, to your death date. Your death date is like a random day that doesn't exist yet. You'll never know your death date until you die, and then you still won't know because you'll be dead. So, no, your birthday is not a day to celebrate being exactly 1 year closer to death, because you could be like, I don't know. Violet, I didn't need to know that. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was common knowledge. My bad. But yeah, you are, be more careful on your birthdays. I'm so serious, actually. If I just scared any of you with that fact, let me at least turn it into something nice. Be careful on your birthdays. If you are doing something that you don't normally do for your birthday, if you're going out somewhere you're not familiar with, if you're doing anything at all for your birthday, be cautious, because you're more likely to die on your birthday. I like birthdays, but it's weird to make a big deal about someone aging. No, it's not about age. It's not about aging. It's not about death. It's about you. It's about you. It's a celebration of your existence. Like, on this day, so many years ago, you... What is that? Is that just on my screen? Oh, it's the chat. Never mind. Anyways, it's a celebration of you. It's like, on this many years ago today, on this day, you started existing. I don't know. I think everybody should be celebrating themselves a lot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little bit narcissistic. I don't know. Not like TikTok definition of narcissistic, where people just use the word narcissism interchangeably with bad person. Like, instead of saying, oh, this prick just cut me off in traffic, it's like, this narcissist just cut me off in traffic. In a self-absorbed way, you know, delusions of grandeur and whatnot. That's me. I like me a lot. But anyways. Okay, as predicted, I did yap a few minutes over what I said I would, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna post what I need to post. I'll link the accounts of people who make writing for my characters. Oh, that's really nice. You have nice stuff. Thank you. I mean, they do look a little bit undersaturated on camera, especially with the Burt's Bees. It doesn't really have any color in them. But thank you. That's very, very nice. I work very hard not to chap them, because that can happen if I'm not addicted to Burt's Bees. So, that's very, very appreciated. Thank you. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'm gonna post what I need to post. And then I'm gonna get back to being unhinged and theorizing and typing away in my dark little room. I'm gonna I'm gonna shut the blinds, I'm gonna turn the lights off, I'm gonna sit around my millions of candles and start typing again to that fucking creepy ass song. And I'm gonna love it so much. But I've got things to do first, so I'm gonna go do that first, okay? Bye, guys! Oh, wait, hold on, I don't know why I put him down again, but Squishy wants to say goodbye to you guys. Say goodbye, Squishy. Look, he's saying goodbye to you guys. He's waving. Can you see him? Say bye! Say bye to 999, guys! Say bye to 999, guys! Wait, what? One last narration. As the moderators, chatters, and Violet wrap up the stream, we all learned a valuable lesson. Violet is violent. I haven't been violent. Rocks are tasty, and birthdays are kind of weird. I agree with you on that last point. Okay, oh, you guys are all saying bye to him now. Yeah, bye. Hold on, I want to get my hand behind so it actually looks like he's waving. See? Look how cute that is. Look, aw. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. But you guys won't see me because I won't be on camera. Okay, bye. I'm not violent. Bye.